Well, hello there and welcome back to the Cozy Club, my friends, and a special welcome to all of the new players and newcomers to Disney Sorcerers Arena. I want to personally welcome you to the DSA community in 2022. On today's video, we have loads of tips and tricks for free-to-play new players that are going to help you maximize your fun within Disney Sorcerers Arena and your overall experience. Now, today's video is going to be more dedicated for newer players. Although veteran and experienced players, you might learn something from these tips, as every now and then it's great to check yourself and get back to the basics and ensure that you're doing things that maybe you haven't been doing all along. Overall, Cozy Club, my goal and my mission is to make sure that new players can jump in and have fun right away, knowing exactly who to farm and what kind of character paths to go down, also where to spend your resources, and making the most out of this giant collaboration of a Disney game. Because quite honestly, Disney is not great at making stellar games, and this one is a ton of fun and the main one to play on the market currently. Now, with all that, we've got a lot to cover, so sit back, relax, let's get down to the tips and tricks, and let's jump into it. Alrighty, my friends, we're going to go ahead and start this video off assuming that you guys know the DSA core basics. And if you don't, we made a big in-depth beginner guide this time last year. You can find that up in the corner right here. And don't worry, we'll wait for you right here. Go ahead and watch that, get the core basics down, and then come back so that you can understand these tips and tricks a little bit better. So the very first tip that we have for you all today, and we talk about this all of the time here, is you want to ensure that you're focusing on one project or one goal at a time. Staying focused on one goal, one legendary, one team, or a specific game mode is going to help you exponentially within DSA. And now, with that being said, you want to make sure that you probably have your first focus be on a faction or a team that's going to get you the best bang for your buck and your time invested within the game. Now, if you're a new player, we've talked about this a lot, and it does change every now and then, but pretty consistently, the Frozen team is most likely the first team that you're going to want to go ahead and dedicate your farms to. You have Elsa, who is the legendary character that you're going to be unlocking, and the other 4 Frozen characters all supply a bunch of synergy to kind of teach you the core basics about the game. Now, again, this isn't a farming guide. We'll have that for sure in 2022. However, you can also go down a kingdom path and some of the other factions that this game has to offer. Now, with that being said, if you don't want to go down the typical, cookie cutter path to the best team, and you just want to farm your favorite Disney characters, that's what the game is all about, is having fun. So go and look at the most recent tier list that we put up. Look at who's relatively good and who you like to use, and then just farm those characters and have fun with the game. Most of all, there's plenty of ways to play, and there's the most efficient, but there's also a great fun to be had. If you love Monsters Inc., go after Solely, go after Frozone, and make a mishmash, and it'll turn out okay. If that's how you have the most fun, that's what this game is to its core, and what we need to remember while playing it. And while you start farming these characters and growing your collection, you want to go ahead and click the favorite button down here to go ahead and put them in your favorite selection so you can easily access them and farm the gear needed to gear them up and level them up. Down in the shard below, you can click that, and bada bing, you'll find their farming location, making it very easy. Jump in the game, farm your favorite characters, build that collection, and start achieving that overall goal that you set at the beginning. Now, you're going to be farming these characters by working through the Grand Heroes and Villain campaigns. You're going to want to work on going through these and 3-starring all of these missions. Now, it's important that you want to 3-star these missions, as you're able to auto the mission when you 3-star it to make it even easier to farm these characters and get the action going. Overall, this will help you understand the fundamentals of the game while also earning XP to level up, accessing more game modes, and growing your roster. Now, over time, you're going to go up against a team that you probably can't beat, and that's okay. That's kind of what this is all about. You'll go back to a different game mode or somewhere else within your overall journey, and then you can go back and conquer it once you've built up that team or given yourself a little more synergy. Now, my next tip for you guys is get involved with the DSA community. Now, I truly mean this when, guys, you mix Disney with a good game and you just got a great community full of people, and you can learn a lot from them. Even if you're an introvert, guys, definitely you want to get plugged into Discord. We have almost 10,000 people on our Discord here at the Cozy Club, so I'll put that link down in the description below. Great for new players especially, and there's plenty of people that want to help you out and kind of teach you the basics and guide you with a little more personal experience on what they would recommend to farm or go after. And then most importantly, the best thing about this is you're going to have access to clubs, and there's going to be plenty of people wanting you to join their club. Now, again, even if you're an introvert, it is absolutely vital that you find a club to join that kind of matches your play style and your commitment to the game, because after all, the best game modes within DSA are club related with raids, and then you have the upcoming club expeditions around the corner. There's plenty of clubs that fit different play styles, and overall, you're missing out on so many resources. You don't even have to be... There's clubs for people that don't even want to really be a part of a club. Just join it, get those resources, make it a lot easier on yourself. And as of this channel going up, I will make a little topic channel for new upcoming players looking for those clubs, and reach out to the recruiter and you're good to go. Alrighty, now for the next tip and for newer players, ensure that you're logging in and at the very minimum completing your daily quests. Now these quests are easy things that if you even play the game remotely, you should get done, like going through Heroes Campaign and going and doing Summoners Challenges. Completing these daily tasks are going to give you free resources like gold and gems and level up potions. Relatively easy to finish, and it doesn't take a lot of time. There are mobile games out there, and a lot like this one, that take hours upon hours, and truly, it's a mobile game. Some people want to choose to do that, while others, if you want to log in, get the job done, you can do it pretty fast and smoke through these in about 5 to 10 minutes. Now, speaking to that as well, you're also going to have these little timers down here to get free campaign energy and free grand campaign energy. So whatever you need to do, just memorize the time that these are available. You can also change some of your time payouts within the settings to fit more of your custom style. But at the very least, you want to make sure you're claiming these free energies, coming in here, doing the daily activities, and farming towards your overall DSA goal. That's kind of the bare minimum, and then you kind of start to build up that roster, and it allows access to some of the best parts of this game. Now, with all mobile games, there's definitely microtransactions, and a lot of that is done through gyms. However, we're sticking to free-to-play here. Now, there's going to be ways you can earn gems as a free-to-play player, and I recommend holding on to these bad boys, most likely to go ahead and refresh your energy. Now, my energy is at 100 here, but you can refresh this for 50. I recommend doing that about 3 to 4 times a day, and you can also refresh your grand energy for about 100 gems. And you're going to be getting these through a variety of methods. This is the best way to use that energy to farm more, and it's going to take a little longer. But overall, as a free-to-play player, you got to know it's a little bit of a time commitment, but you can get the job done with relative ease, and there's multiple methods of farming these characters. Which brings us to the Sorcerers Tournament, guys, and this is going to be the main way that you're going to get gems and other important currency to make the entire journey go a heck of a lot faster. Now, here in this Sorcerers Tournament, guys, your goal is to battle these other people while you set your defense, and you're going to want to aim for a high rewards payout. Now, when you start the game, you and other newcomers are going to be put way down low, but your goal and your mission is to climb up to about here as a minimum. About 500 to 1,000 in the ranking is going to net you 50 gems a day, and you'll also get 7,500 tournament currency. Now, this currency is used to get some of the best characters within the game, and you're able to get 7,500 a day, which will equal to some of these great characters being unlocked a heck of a lot faster. You've got Hades, you've got Great Kingdom characters, and overall, when you guys see the farming guide, a lot of them are going to be within the tournament exchange. To make it easy, make sure when you log in, do the daily missions and farm up. Go in there and kick some butt with the team you've been farming to get you those free gems that are going to help you with those energy refreshes and get some currency to work on your overall goal. Now, like I said before, these are truly the DSA basics, but again, you want to work through the adventures mode, go into live PvP every now and then to kind of get used to how the strategy works within the game. And then as you join a club, you're going to get access to the best parts of the game, which are within the club adventures. You've got the raids in here against Ursula and the siege on Olympus against the Titans. And then you've got Club Dungeon, which is going to be replaced pretty soon with Club Expeditions. And it's going to truly bring an RPG experience to this game. And so you're joining at the perfect time. Now, for our next tip, you guys want to be looking out for the Summoners Showdown and when that is arriving. It's a newer game mode with great rewards, and it has a very low bar of entry, often with Gear 3 or Gear 4 characters to go in. Essentially, guys, you get to test out maxed out characters against other people with the same advantage. Again, big time rewards, little playtime. It's going to help you understand the game and know kind of who you like and who you want to invest in. It's a great game mode to see what it's like towards the top without investing all the money, time, whatever it takes to get there. So definitely look out for this Summoner Showdown, and they post it every so often, and we cover it here on the channel, but also you can find that in my Discord. Now, we're moving on to our last couple of tips, but overall, guys, again, there's a lot coming at you when you start the game. Now, by watching that video that we had you guys watch before watching this one, you should understand the core mechanics to a pretty good level and a basic understanding. One thing I want to talk to you guys about is when you're leveling up your characters and you go into a character and you're working on their gear and you've got the upgraded stars, you want to be very careful, and I mean very careful, with the gold that you are spending. Gold within this game is very scarce, but it's also used all over the place. And so leveling up characters, upgrading them, putting gears and ability, all of this takes gold. So if they're not on your main team or your main focus goal, do not use the gold to upgrade random characters or try out different things. That's what the YouTube channel is for, guys. If you're interested how a character is overall, just go look up a video that we have for them. But be very scarce with your gold. And then lastly, guys, what I want to talk about is overall events within the game. Now, there's going to be events that pop up here in the middle. They've got pass holder leaderboards. Ignore some of that stuff. But you have Corella, you got the Toy Story event, even Wally. You see there's a ton active at the moment. With this being said, guys, don't be distracted by new flashy objects, right? You're free to play. Focus on the goal, and even though it's tempting when Hercules comes around, they come around often and they will be back. Wait for that time to come around for the character that you're farming, or if you see a character you want, you can shift that, but just ensure you finish the overall project you're working on. Again, the farming guide should help with this, and we have an old one that's still relatively the same. There's a couple changes there, but you guys can go find that up above as well. Don't get distracted by these events all of the time, and if you have the bare minimum to start them, they're a good way to achieve some easy free gear and gold and character shards, so you can always go down that route, but for the most part,
stay on target.
And there you have it, Cozy Club. There are some newer tips for you guys that should help start and kickstart, supercharge that journey into playing DSA and maximize the fun you're having. I do a lot of in-game content, so I want to go back to the basics. Love to do this at the beginning of the year as we have a ton of new players starting, and honestly, it's a great time to start the game. You're not missing out on a whole lot, and we'll be talking about the state of the game later this week. Again, this is more for the newer players. We can have kind of an intermediate and advanced tips if you guys want to see that as well. I want to thank you guys for stopping by today's video. If you're a newer player, subscribe to the Cozy Club today. We have multiple videos, up to 5 a week, to help you in your DSA journey. See what's ahead so that you know exactly what to farm into and join an amazing, hyped community, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by today's video, and until next time, stay cozy.